It's springtime here. It's beautiful. Being outside is the name of the game. I'm David Elsie, and many of you know me. I love being in the body, dancing, moving. I'm crazy. I have a good time. But something's changed for me. And what am I going to do with the emotions and feelings that I have? Especially on a journey of self-discovery where we're awakening to the consciousness and the unbound reality of who we are. What do we do with our feelings and emotions? So in this short video, I want to address that because my life has changed. What's changed is, let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Mr. Crutches, Mr. and Mrs. Crutches. I pulled a hamstring, tore a hamstring about 10 days ago, and I found out this morning that most likely it might need surgery. I'm fingers crossed that I don't. But I'm just beginning spring in my new home in Chicago. I lived in Manhattan, the concrete jungle, for 20 years. I didn't have open fields and grass, and I'm excited. This is spring in Chicago, in the North Shore. And here I am on a bench with Mr. and Mrs. Crutches. What do I do? Well, I am sad. I am. I'm not faking it. Even though I'm aware of a beautiful reality of unbound awareness and consciousness and unwordable reality as the essence of my being, I'm pissed. I know I'm smiling, but dang, I wanted to play. And here I am on a bench while spring and summer happens. So the question is it okay? Is it okay to have feelings and be upset even when you're awakening to the truth of who you are? Well, let me put it this way. Your humanness is just that. Humanness. There's an innocence inside. I'm sad that I won't be able to do what I was looking forward to doing. The question is this now, and listen carefully because this is really the point of this video. Life happens, boom. Our emotional response happens, boom. This next step, there's a fork. One fork goes into the mind that begins to justify why you should be upset. It dramatizes the event of life. And then you fight and you argue for why this is so terrible, and you justify your misery. The mind is very good. It just pulls up files for why you should be upset compared to what used to be in Manhattan and what was supposed to be in the future this summer. You see, the mind is this fork. The other fork is an unconditioned allowance of what is. Not just life, but the feelings. I'm sad. Yeah, I am. I'm frustrated. I'm even upset, angry. God dang it. But in the unconditional allowance, the reason that tastes good is because that's the essence of our deepest nature, spaciousness that welcomes all, not just good things. And in that unconditional allowance, in my experience of that, I again experience a deeper sense of being, a timelessness where hurting my hamstring, I realize that it's going to be better. There'll be a time when I walk in grass again, or play, or throw the frisbee, or that will happen again. And who knows, maybe it won't. Maybe something will happen between now and then. I don't know. But the key here, my point, is that in my resting with what is, not agreeing with it, saying, okay, it's great that I pulled my hamstring, just a quieting to receive inwardly my sadness as an innocence. Be the mother or the father that opens their arms to the crying child rather than the one that scolds it for crying. Say, come here. So to my sadness, I get to say, come here. And what that does is, on one level, on a deep, profound level, it quiets, allows me to be more still. Allow myself to notice beauty that's still here, even though I'm with Mr. and Mrs. Crutches. See? I would miss that if I was back in my mind. So unconditional allowance. You can let go of emotions. There are techniques, like Sedona Method, EFT, meditation. I've been doing the Sedona Method for 25, almost 30 years, and I recommend it. I recommend meditation. I recommend any of those things to process emotions, but a deep, profound, transformative sense of self-love is required no matter what other technique you use. So I invite you to do that, to be that. So as I sit here overlooking the park, I'm going to stand up again just to give myself that permission that I can still walk to a degree. I welcome you to the idea that unconditional allowance is, even for the emotions, an important, essential doorway through which you can find a greater peace. And even the silence that is the regenerative nourishment that we all seek so deeply. So we'll see how I experience spring. I'll keep you posted. Meantime, I have to get my good friends and take good care of yourself. Pulled hamstring or not. Bye for now.